Hi, it's Chris. In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and reinstall the washer hose on the top of the tub of your LG washer. To do this part removal and reinstallation, you only need a few basic tools. Keep in mind if your machine needs to be repaired, it's usually simple enough to do it yourself. Visit PartSelect.com, enter your model number, and quickly find and order the part you need. The main reason you're probably going to be looking at having to replace this hose or to remove it is either for doing other service work, or over time sometimes these hoses will dry out and crack and you may be noticing you're getting a little bit of leak, a little bit of water down underneath the machine. So the first thing we want to do is, of course, turn off the water supply to the washer, and then we're going to remove the hoses off the back. So you may find that there's still some water in these hoses, so you'll want to just drop the ends down into a bucket. And of course we want to unplug it in order to stay safe. So to take the top off the LG washer, it's really easy. We just need to take 2 screws out. Just loosen those right off. And now it's just a matter of pulling the top back and lifting it off the machine. So this is our hose that we're going to remove and reinstall. It's held in place by 2 clamps, one right here and one here just underneath your inlet valve assembly. So we'll remove this clamp and then we'll wind up removing the screws that holds this assembly in place, just so we can move it out of the way enough to get at that lower clamp. So now we just need our Phillips screwdriver. And we can just peel that right off. So you just want to be careful, this little poppet valve, it just sits in there. So it just sort of floats in there. It's just a little bit of an air valve, but if you were to open and close this door right now, this will pop right out. So you just want to keep in mind that that is just floating in there, because if it does pop out and fall down below, then you're going to have to go further into the machine to take it apart. So now I'm just going to remove the 2 screws that are holding this whole valve assembly in place. So you don't have to disconnect any of the wires. We're just going to remove these 2 screws. And that gives us enough movement where we can slide this up and out of the way so that we can get at that lower clamp. So this is the clamp we want to remove. So we're just going to bring our pliers in, give it a squeeze, slide the clamp back, and then wiggle this rubber hose off. And that's how easy it is to remove the washer hose on your LG washer. To reinstall it is just as easy, just the same process but in reverse. So this is probably the trickiest part of the whole job. First you want to make sure you're have your hose in the right position, and then slide it on to the plastic fitting. And you'll notice that you have a notch right here and a bit of a notch there. So you're just going to slide that on there, just like that. And now we'll take our pliers, squeeze that clamp, slide our clamp into place and release it. And now we just want to install the hose on the top of the tub. And you see there's no lip, but there is these little splines. So we just want to line up our hose and push it onto the fitting until it rests on those little splines. Just push it all the way around to make sure it's all the way on, all the way around. And now we're just going to tighten that clamp. And there we go, good and secure. So now with our hose secured, we just want to bring our inlet valves back into position, snap it into place, and put our screws back in. So now we just have our top to put back on, and then we'll put the screws in the back. There we go. Bring up our hoses and make sure we're connecting the cold hose to the cold valve, and they are marked. And the hose for hot. Again, with your channel locks or your pliers, you just want to tighten those up so you don't have any leaks. Just want to turn on our taps. Check and make sure we don't have any leaks. Plug it back in and reposition the washer where it should be. So there you go. It's just that easy to remove and reinstall the washer hose on the top of the tub of your LG washer.